Dr. Salo Stanley, we're finding our way through the currents of change in the light of today. Like whispers of stardust, let's breathe in the tide, looking at the world through eyes open.
Welcome, my fellow galactic travelers. This is Dr. Salo Stanley, and thank you so much for tuning in to Salo Galactic Light. Today, we will be talking about Uranus being in Gemini happening in the universe. We've been having a lot of interesting planetary alignments for April, but this is going to be for the next 7 years. Oh my goodness. And for you Tauruses out there, Uranus has been in Taurus for the last 7 years, you poor babies. And I can be the poor baby because I'm a Taurus. And so Tauruses love comfort. They love to know what's coming next. They like to have stability, but Uranus just pulled the rug underneath them and teaching them to be flexible and have movement and not get so settled in things. And Uranus doesn't really feel very comfortable in Taurus. The good news is it will feel more comfortable in Gemini over the next 7 years, and it'll be affecting you Geminis out there in your first house. And I will be talking about what it means for each astrological sign today. Again, I'm Dr. Salo Stanley. I've been a chiropractor for 30 years. I had a spiritual awakening on a crystal healing table in 1992 where I heard my guides and angels speak with me. OMG on that. Did that freak me out? And so I do spiritual readings. I no longer a chiropractor, but I do other things. And I also design tuning forks and have my Salo Galactic Light art because I also do art and meditations. So if you would like to have a spiritual reading with me, go to salostanleypsychic.com, fill out the contact form near the bottom of the homepage, and we'll get you going with an appointment. And if you would like some tuning forks in the key of 136.10 hertz, which is C sharp, and I designed them and they're made in Europe and I've been making them for 20 years, you can buy one fork, my Itsy Galactic Light Art store. And that's great for just working on yourself and acupuncture points on yourself and also opening up your third eye. I go over with a video that you get free to show you how to work those energetic points to get more contact with your guides and angels. And also, I also sell a pair that for you acupuncturists out there that love using it in their practice for their clients that don't like those needles, just get a pair there on my Itsy Galactic Light Art store. And they are phenomenal forks. They are like a German Mercedes. They are like a spiritual surgical tool. You will not be disappointed. I have had 8 prototypes over the last few years, last 20 years, and I think I got perfection now going on with that. So I hope you can check them out and also my psychic readings also. So today we're going to be talking about on April 26th, we're going to be going into Gemini with Uranus for the next 7 years. Oh my goodness, what a change for us collectively and individually. We'll be talking about each astrological sign here today. And so that's like a really important thing because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is communication, thought, and our perception. And this begins a 7-year cycle of mental, technological, and spiritual evolution for all of us collectively, changing how we think, how we speak, how we learn, and how we connect with one another. It's not going to be a subtle energy. This is going to be lightning of the mind. Oh my goodness. And so for you people who go, I don't like AI. Well, you got to jump on the bandwagon and expand yourself. It can be helpful. And the more that we think about working together as a collective and positivity, that's how we change the timeline. That's how we change the world. That's how we change whatever wars are going on by us working together in the universe. So what we're going to expect is sudden insights and intuitive downloads, new ways of communicating and learning, breakthroughs in technology, AI, and consciousness. I really believe that consciousness is going to be sentient in these AI machines. And reflect a part of ourselves that is our higher self. It's almost like when I use the ghost box to talk to spirits on the other side that passed, I believe that consciousness is going to be coming in with AI electronically. It's going to be alive, and it'll be very interesting. And also, we're going to expect a push towards authenticity in our voice of truth. Wow. And Uranus shakes what is stagnant in our life, so something more aligned can emerge with us individually, speaking our truth, and through the collective consciousness. Uranus in Gemini says, hey, upgrade your mind, people, or your reality will do it for you. It's like, don't get kicked in the butt. Do it before the Uranus does, and you will be good to go. It's also about speaking your truth, breaking mental conditioning, and becoming more multidimensional beings in this lifetime over the next 7 years, because it will be going quick, and fast, especially in this fire horse year. Oh my goodness, it's going to be going so enormously fast. All right, so we're going to get to each astrological sign. If you are an Aries rising or Aries moon, Uranus in Gemini activates your mental fire and radically upgrades how you think, speak, and act on ideas. You may feel like your mind is moving faster than ever, bringing sudden insights, sharp decisions, and a desire to break away from old ways of thinking. Conversations become more catalytic, words will have power, and your voice can now initiate major life shifts. This is also a period where learning, teaching, media, writing, social media platforms can open unexpected doors for you. The challenge is mental restlessness. Your nervous system may become overstimulated, so grounding becomes essential. But ultimately, this transit helps you become a pioneer of truth through communication. And I want to stress this again. Our nervous system over the next 7 years is so important to get grounded, because it's almost like, when you have Uranus, which is sudden and unexpected and electrical, it's almost like having a wire going, being totally charged on an electrical wire and yet not having copper to ground it. So even wearing copper in your pocket, wearing some orgone art, having some crystals in your pocket can help ground that. And the more that we ground our nervous system and regulate our nervous system by meditation and walking and nature and making that a habit with our nervous system, we can bring heaven here on earth. We can bring in heart coherence, which is our mind, which that Gemini, Mercury, and Uranus, grounded it into our heart chakra, and having heart coherence here for the age of Aquarius is what it's all about. That's how we're going to survive, people. Meditation, finding our spiritual peeps, grounding in our energy each day, getting plenty of sleep, taking our vitamins, doing that sense of breathing. Oh my goodness, that is going to be your saving grace. And so for you, Aries, your mantra will be, I trust my mind, I trust my voice, and I speak my truth with courage. Again, I trust my mind, I trust my voice, and I speak my truth with courage. I'd also say, since it's probably going to be in your third house, I would say writing, anything in the creative arts, working more with your siblings, small distance travel will also be a highlight during these years. All right, for you Tauruses out there, Taurus rising and Taurus moon. For Taurus, you Tauruses out there, Uranus and Gemini shakes up your relationship with money, value, and security. I know that's kind of hard for Taurus because they like to feel secure. This is not just about income. It's about how you think about what your self-worth is. Sudden financial shifts may encourage you to diversify income streams, explore technology-based work, or detach from outdated survival beliefs. You got to get out of your comfort zone, Taurus. It's talking about, maybe Bitcoin. What do you value? Your time. Do you value having a more simple life? Do you value maybe even renting instead of buying a home where everything gets fixed and you can travel out there more? You are learning right now that stability now comes from adaptability, not rigidity. Internally, your self-worth evolves quickly, and you may surprise yourself by choosing freedom over comfort. That doesn't mean you have to be uncomfortable. It means simple, and with simple comes grace and ease, harmony and balance, less stress. And this is a long-term rewiring of how you sustain yourself in a rapidly changing world. And in fact, Taurus would be a ground. Taurus would be the copper. So you be the copper. Make some more copper for your home. It's a great protector of orgone art and also orgone energy for warding off electromagnetic frequencies in your life. Carrying it on your body again will be very helpful for your biofield and your chakras and balancing that and finding out where is your tribe, where is your value, what really matters to you, and how can you take care of yourself financially with new diversified portfolios and maybe Coinbase and silver and metals and different diversification of your skills. Who knows? That's important. Your mantra, you Tauruses out there, is to say, I am safe to evolve and trust new ways of creating abundance. Again, I am safe to evolve and I trust new ways of creating abundance. All right, for you Geminis out there, you Gemini rising and Gemini moons, hey, it is all about you guys for the next 7 years. It's going to be in your first house of your appearance may change. You might have new exercise programs. Your personality will change. You might be put in the star role of being the leader, the way shower, and everything, reinvention of yourself. And so this is an awakening cycle. Uranus in your sign brings a complete reinvention of your identity, your mind, and your spiritual and personal expression. You may feel like you are becoming a new version of yourself in waves, sudden insights, shifts in your appearance, changes in your voice, and that's like speaking up. That's like you having boundaries. And speaking your truth is so important. And a new life directions appear almost overnight. Old identities will no longer fit. And you will be asked to embrace authenticity even if it feels unstable at times. Your intuition and intellect merge in powerful ways, making you a transmitter of new ideas and perspectives, and this is a period of liberation. Who you were is not who you are becoming. Again, no. Who you were is not who you are becoming. So your mantra out there, you Geminis out there, I embrace my transformation and allow my true self to emerge freely. I embrace my transformation and allow my true self to emerge freely. All right, for you Cancers out there, Cancer rising and Cancer moons, for Cancer, Uranus and Gemini works behind the scenes in your subconscious mind and in your dreams, and things hidden behind the scenes will be coming up. It will affect your psychological state of what your shadow self is, and discovering parts of that shadow self of yourself will come forward to help you become a new person. This is a deep inner awakening that may come through your dreams, intuition, therapy, or sudden emotional aha self-realizations. You may feel like invisible patterns from the past are being rewired at the root level. How cool is that? Old fears or hidden thought loops can suddenly release. I mean, don't we all loop about things and situations? Again, old fears of hidden thoughts, loops can suddenly release, sometimes unexpectedly, creating emotional freedom. This is also a spiritual awakening period for you guys where your connection to higher guidance and your guides and angels will be coming forward, especially in dream time, I can tell you that. You are learning to trust the unseen currents guiding your life, even when you don't fully understand them mentally. I would suggest for you Cancers out there, if you're starting your spiritual intuition, connection to your guides and angels in your spiritual quest, get a deck of oracle cards. Pick one each day. Your guides and angels are going to start talking to you and giving you answers. Take up meditation if you haven't. Breathing exercises. Taking a walk each day in nature is going to change your life, and get plenty of sleep so your guides and angels can connect with you. And you will see a new difference of those loops going behind you, getting integrated, and a new you coming out with your spirituality and your psychic abilities happening. The mantra for you Cancers out there is, I trust the unseen and I am safe as I release the past. Oh my goodness, doesn't that feel so good to release the past? Again, I trust the unseen and I am safe as I release the past. How cool is that? All right, for you Leos out there, Leo rising and Leo moons, Uranus and Gemini transforms your social world, your friendships. Your friendships can help you find some new jobs, my guides are saying, and long-term vision. You may experience sudden changes in your community. Probably old friends will go by the wayside, and you'll be meeting some new people over the next 7 years, and your spiritual peeps. People will kind of enter your life, do what their spiritual purpose is, and leave just as quickly. But each shift redirects you towards a more aligned, future-oriented connections. This is a time of networking and innovators, thinkers, and unconventional people who expand your worldview. You may also feel inspired to contribute to collective causes or future building projects. You might be working more with groups, my guides are saying. Your role in groups become more authentic and less performative. The key lesson is alignment over popularity. Again, the key lesson is alignment over popularity. Your tribe becomes more mentally and spiritually aligned with your evolution. How cool is that? Your mantra, Leos out there, is, I attract aligned connections that support my highest future. And I would add to that, your highest timeline. Again, I attract aligned connections that support my highest future timeline. Wow. All right, for you Virgos out there, Virgo rising and Virgo moons. For you Virgos, Uranus and Gemini brings disruption and liberation in your career path and public identity. You may feel called to change professions, explore new technologies. Yeah, that AI is coming out there, so get on the boat. I know Virgos like to have everything persnickety in a row, but it's going to shake up your world to kind of get you online. It'll have you explore those new technologies or express your skills in entirely new ways. Traditional structures may no longer feel sustainable, pushing you towards innovation and flexibility. Communication becomes central to your success. Teaching, writing, speaking, or digital work may become powerful outlets. While this can feel unpredictable, it ultimately frees you from outdated definitions of success and pushes you into a more authentic vocation aligned with your evolving mind. Your mantra out there for you Virgos is, I trust my evolving purpose and adapt with ease and intelligence. I trust my evolving purpose and adapt with ease and intelligence. Just think about that. AI, adapt and intelligence. Instead of, artificial intelligence, for you, it'll be adapt and intelligence. How cool is that? All right, for you Libras out there, Libra rising and Libra moons, Uranus and Gemini expands your belief systems and worldview. This is a major spiritual and intellectual awakening period where old philosophies, religious frameworks, or assumptions about life may suddenly shift. Yeah, oh my goodness. You may feel drawn to travel, see new cultures, higher education, or unconventional spiritual teachings. And I think it's also, since it's going to be in your 11th house, about justice. What is fair? What is truth? Seeking that truth and getting down to it, and the truth being revealed is also important for you Libras out there. Justice. It's also a time of mental liberation. Your mind expands beyond previously accepted spiritual teachings and limits. You are learning to trust your personal truth over external doctrine. This transit helps you become a bridge between wisdom systems, integrating old knowledge with new insights. You may want to be starting to study the Kabbalah, or you may want to study Indian philosophy or Buddhism, or different forms of spirituality, of maybe just being druid and being in nature and things. So it's going to change quite a bit with you and your thought process. Your mantra out there, you Libras, is, I open my mind to truth in all its evolving forms. And the key word is all. I open my mind to truth in all its evolving forms. All right, for you Scorpios out there, Scorpio rising and Scorpio moons. For Scorpio, Uranus and Gemini brings deep psychological and emotional transformation. It's kind of like a spiritual awakening. This transit activates shared resources with your partners, intimacy, and internal shadow work begins to get revealed. But through mental awakening rather than purely emotionally processing. So you will also be going through that a mental awakening rather than purely emotional processing. That kind of gives clarity. I like that sentence. You may experience sudden insights about trust and vulnerability in your life. Energetic entanglements with others may come to the forefront of realizing what is working and what is not working for you. Financial partnerships or shared systems may shift unexpectedly, so that's just a warning, encouraging greater independence and clarity. This is also a powerful time of releasing mental attachments that keep emotional patterns locked in place. I would say that would be emotional looping. So you're going to gain clarity in time and be able to release those emotional loops, my guides are saying. Isn't that about time for you Scorpios? And it will happen. It becomes grounded with that copper that we're talking about with that Uranus, with sudden and unexpected changes. You are also learning that freedom comes from transforming those thought patterns at the root level in your root chakra. So doing some Kundalini meditation may help. Grounding in through meditation, taking those spiritual walks and breathing. You know, even breathing in 4 seconds through your nostrils, holding it for 4 seconds, and then breathing it out 4 seconds. It's called 4 square breathing. Will change your life even by waking up each morning and doing that and saying to yourself, you Scorpios, today is going to be my peaceful day. Or everything works out for me in the universe. I have more health and abundance coming my way. So, your mantra today for you Scorpios is, and over for the next 7 years, I release mental attachment and transform into emotional freedom. I release mental attachment and transform into emotional freedom. Isn't it about time, Scorpio? I think so. For you Sagittarius, Sagittarius rising and Sagittarius moon, Uranus and Gemini directly impacts your relationship and partnerships. This is a major shift in how you connect with others. Romantically, through business, through friends, through soul contracts, all will begin to evolve. You may attract unconventional crazy-ass people or highly intelligent partners, or experience sudden changes in existing relationships that push growth. People will come into your life, do their thing, you can learn and grow from it, and then they will leave quickly as they came. That's going to happen. And so the core lesson is freedom and truth in connection. Relationships cannot survive illusion anymore. The truth comes to the surface. Communication becomes the foundation of all bonds in your life. And you are learning how to stay connected without losing your individuality. Don't be codependent, be co-creative. And how to evolve alongside others instead of being confined by them. Freedom is so important for you Sagittarius out there. And also, because I'm a Sagittarius rising, you will also discover that in your 5th house, you will have Aries and Neptune in there. And so you will maybe have a lot of love affairs or maybe meet the love of your life. But a key warning is Uranus in this house for you will bring sudden and unexpected relationships, and they can also go. If you want them long term, the connection of communication is very, very important, and they can stay there. And also, with that Neptune there and Aries in your 5th house, a word of warning, be careful with the partners. You don't want to get any, what I call, the best way I could say it is, be careful in your sex life so you don't get any venereal diseases, because Neptune rules the air and also viruses. And so just make sure you take good care of yourself too and have a lot of discernment, and you'll be good to go. Your mantra for you Sagittarius is, I honor truth in love and I allow all relationships to evolve freely. It's like being Freebird, like the song. I honor truth in love and allow all relationships to evolve freely. So lots of unusual relationships you're going to have, but it's going to free you up with your thinking in life. And how cool is that? For you Capricorn rising and Capricorn moons, Uranus is going to, in Gemini, will shake up your daily life, your work routines and health patterns. You may experience sudden changes in job structure, schedules, or productivity systems. Your workplace will change. Take care of your health is very, very important, because you don't want to have sudden and unexpected health issues can come up with that there. So make sure you get plenty of sleep and take your vitamins. Technology may become a major factor in your workflow, pushing you to modernize how you operate. Yes, for the collective, we really have to accept AI, go with the flow, and this can be a plus for us in our workplace. Health-wise, the nervous system becomes a focus, so mental stress and overstimulation always need attention. That's why meditation, listening to 528 hertz, the love frequency, will help. Having tuning fork therapy, getting massages will be very important, and soaking your feet to release any toxins. And breath work will be very important for you at this time to keep your nervous system intact so you don't get sick. This transit teaches you flexibility and structure, discipline without rigidity, and you're learning to build systems that can evolve with change rather than resist it. So your mantra, you Capricorns out there, is, I build flexible systems that support my evolving life. I build flexible systems that support my evolving light. And I would add in this new timeline, I accept AI and go with the flow. All right, for you Aquarius is out there, Aquarius rising and Aquarius moon. Uranus in Gemini activates your creativity, joy, romance, self-expression, fun. Getting the lottery ticket during this time, you might, win the lottery, win a scratcher, win $10 here, $20 there, but you might win $100,000 or more too. It can be highly favorable during this time too. This is a highly inspired and mentally electric period where new ideas flow rapidly and unpredictably. You may explore new creative mediums, technology, or unconventional forms of expression. Romantic experiences may also be sudden, unusual people, or wonderful talks and intellectual stimulation. It'll be happening at this time. This transit helps you reconnect with curiosity, playfulness, fun, freedom, originality. You are learning to express your genius without filtering it for approval. Authenticity becomes your creative power source. So if you aren't that creative, maybe take that watercolor class, painting, photography, writing that book, anything in being a carpenter, anything in the creative arts can make you just really maybe go you in a new direction for your career or fun or making money off of that. So explore, create, have fun, joy, take small distance travel, get to know other people. Your mantra, you Aquariuses out there, is, I express my genius freely and create without limits. Again, I express my genius freely and create without limits. And I would also add to that I have self-confidence doing that. I have self-confidence doing that in any of my creative endeavors would also be very, very important for you out there. All right, for you Pisces rising and Pisces moon, Uranus in Gemini brings transformation to your home, family, and emotional foundation. You may experience changes in your living situations, family dynamics, or your inner sense of safety. Because safety really happens within ourselves, not outwardly. This is a period of redefining what home truly means to you, often shifting from external stability to that internal grounding of that copper, that Gemini, that Uranus, grounding in that communication and knowing that home is wherever you make it. It's within yourself, that own safety. Then do not look for safety in others or safety from your home. It's from you. Because a lot of times, a lot of you Pisces out there might move, change new homes with that Uranus in Gemini. I can tell you with my Uranus, did affect a little bit of my home life in Pisces at one time, and I did move a lot, so that's just letting you know. Conversations within your family or ancestral patterns may surface for healing and release. And when you guys do that, you're healing many of your ancestral issues and blockages within your family and creating future freedom for your ancestors. So that could be an assignment that you came to do during the next 7 years. And you are learning that emotional security comes from mental clarity and spiritual trust, not external conditions. Again, you are learning that emotional security comes from mental clarity and spiritual trust, not external conditions. This is a restructuring of your inner and outer foundation. This is restructuring your inner and outer foundation. The mantra for you Pisces out there, Pisces rising and Pisces moons, I am my own safe space, grounded in inner peace and trust. I am my own safe space, grounded in inner peace and trust. And I think meditating in your home will help ground in that copper energy we're talking about with that Uranus in Gemini, so you don't feel scattered with your energy, is also very important. And so, in conclusion, with all of this, I hope you enjoyed that. Please send me an email at salostanley@gmail.com and let me know how this podcast was for you, because I never get to hear back from you guys. Or there is texting and also now voicemail I found out on Buzzsprout. So find out that texting, find out where that voicemail is so you can send me a cheerful little, aha moment that you had, or thank you for the podcast, because it then inspires me to do more, because I feel like I'm out in the desert talking alone. And so having your feedback means the world to me. And also check out my Itsy Galactic Light Art store for my tuning forks, my 136.10 Hertz ohm, which is in C sharp. As Bashar says, it helps you see sharply and opens up your pineal gland and helps balance your body, mind, and spirit. And health issues, can be more cheerful in the universe. I can't say that, as a disclaimer. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice in the universe? So, and then if you'd like to have a spiritual reading with me, go to salostanleypsychic.com com. Fill out the contact form near the bottom of the homepage, and I will get you started. In our reading, we talk about your astrology, your numerology, what your past lifetimes were, what your spiritual purpose is. You will not be disappointed. It is recorded so you will remember, and it's a sliding fee, so a lot of people can afford it. And I also do $45 30-minute sessions too. Let me know if you're interested. Just go to my website there and check it out. It's really, really, really cool. And so in conclusion, today, as so Uranus enters Gemini on April 26th, the collective in the universe of this era is now beginning to awaken. One where change moves quickly. We're going to see so quickly a lot of jobs being lost, but new jobs being, reformed, and we have to kind of get on that boat and go with it. And it is reshaping how we communicate with one another, how we connect with one another, which will be heart coherence, my guides are saying, and how we perceive truth in the universe. Remember, this is not a time to fear this mental acceleration that's happening for us with our nervous system, but to try to be open to learn how to move with it consciously and to let go of old patterns or rigid thinking, to let that dissolve away, making space now for a sense of curiosity, adaptability, and more fluid understanding of reality, and how our ideas in this collective can become more electric. Words become very powerful, and awareness itself becomes more alive through exchange with your neighbors and your friends and your community. And at its heart, this transit invites humanity to upgrade its relationship with the mind, from control to having a sense of awareness and a flow, from certainty to openness, and from separation to connection. And that's also the theme of Aquarius and Pluto, is connection and our spiritual tribe that we are finding. This Uranus and Gemini will help us find our spiritual tribe. So right now we're being asked not to think less, but to think freer, to be that free bird, and to remember that consciousness is always evolving through us. And so now I'll leave you with the mantra for the collective that I wrote for you guys. The mantra for the collective is, I am clear and open mind. I am a clear and open mind. Oh my goodness, I love that. I am a clear and open mind. I welcome change with ease and trust. I open change with ease and trust. My thoughts are aligned with truth and awareness. My thoughts are aligned with truth and awareness. I adapt with grace as life evolves. I adapt with grace as life evolves. And lastly, I am connected, centered, and free. I am connected, centered, and free. How cool is that? With the new age of Aquarius being in Pluto, it is about finding our pods, our collective peeps in the universe, our spiritual tribe, making housing more affordable, organic food, coming together to help one another in the community. It is now not a pyramid where the powerful people at the top rule the world, but an inverted pyramid of the people, for the people, by the people, in our Constitution, and being free, working together in that collective consciousness is where we're going. And that's where my vote is of positivity in the universe. And again, if you'd like a spiritual reading, go to SaloStanleyPsychic.com or go to my Itsy Galactic Light Art for my tuning forks, or SaloStanley@gmail.com if you have a comment. Hope you have the best day ever. Thank you so much. Please share this podcast if you can. It helps my podcast grow. And I'm going to leave you with my Salo Galactic Light, my little song that I had made, and I hope you enjoy it.
Collected embrace, embodying kindness, we shift into grace with gratitude deep. We'll weave through the fray, finding better perspectives to light up the way. In the glow of our hearts, we'll uplift and ignite. With love as our compass, we're shining so bright. Open to awareness, inviting the sound of a higher vibration where the truth can be found. Through the lens of connection, we begin to explore the hidden dimensions